The gaming world just stood still. While everyone was checking their calendars for the long-awaited Black Myth Wukong DLC, GameScience just pulled the ultimate bait-and-switch, but in the best way possible. During Gamescom 2025's opening night live, the studio didn't just drop a trailer, they dropped a bomb by announcing an entirely new standalone title, Black Myth Zhong Kui. Why would they walk away from a record-breaking success like Wukong right when the hype for an expansion was at its peak? Today, we're diving into the authentic, behind-the-scenes reality of why CEO Feng Ji felt dread about the DLC, the tragic mythology of our new hero, and the massive future of the unified Black Myth universe. This isn't just a sequel, it's a strategic revolution for the entire Chinese gaming industry. The Wukong legacy and the Xbox milestone. To understand why this news is so massive, we have to look at where we are. Black Myth Wukong hasn't just been a success, it's been a financial and cultural juggernaut, selling over 10 million copies in its first 3 days and eventually surpassing 30 million units worldwide. We're talking about a total revenue stream estimated at a staggering $1.25 billion, 9 billion RMB. And for my Xbox fans who have been waiting in the trenches, the wait is finally over. The Xbox Series X and S version of Wukong officially launched on August 20th, 2025. It turns out the delay wasn't some secret Sony deal, but actually severe memory allocation friction on the Xbox Series S that took an entire year of specialized engine-level debugging to fix. But just as Xbox players are entering the journey, the rest of the world is looking toward what comes next. The creative crisis. Why DLC is on the sideline. So, why did GameScience skip the DLC for now? It comes down to a deep creative crisis experienced by CEO Feng Ji, known as Yokar. Despite the billions in revenue, Feng Ji admitted that the success didn't bring him joy. Instead, he was consumed by confusion, emptiness, and a kind of dread. He felt trapped by the immense pressure of millions of fans demanding a DLC, making the work feel like a formulaic commercial obligation rather than an artistic breakthrough. The breakthrough finally came when co-founder and art director Yang Qi asked a simple question: would you rather make something new? They decided to free their hands, break from fixed formulas, and start from scratch on a new hero. But don't panic, GameScience has explicitly stated that the westward journey won't end here, and that the Wukong story is far from over. Who is Zhong Kui, the ghost-catching god? Our new protagonist, Zhong Kui, shifts the tone of the series from Wukong's celestial rebellion to a grounded, gothic, dark fantasy. In Chinese folklore, Zhong Kui is the demon hunter, or king of ghosts. His story is one of the most tragic in mythology. He was a brilliant scholar who passed the imperial exams with the highest marks, but the emperor stripped him of his title because of his unattractive or deformed appearance. Heartbroken by this injustice, Zhong Kui took his own life on the palace steps. However, the King of Hell saw his righteous fury and integrity, appointing him as the commander of 80,000 demons to hunt evil spirits in the mortal realm. While Wukong was about fighting destiny, Zhong Kui will explore the internal struggle of justice, and whether a monster hunter can maintain his humanity while commanding an army of spirits. Teaser breakdown, mech armor and spirit allies. The Gamescom teaser was short but packed with details. We see a heavily armored figure riding a massive white tiger mount with incredibly realistic matted fur. This isn't your traditional scholar. This version of Zhong Kui wears dark blue-black mechanized armor inspired by Tang Dynasty architecture. His primary weapon is a stroke of genius, a folding fan that transforms into a razor-sharp, ghost-slaying blade. We even saw a little ghost companion using local dialects, suggesting the game will have a relatable, streetwise charm that reduces the distance of traditional mythology. Technically, the game is being built in Unreal Engine 5, following the same single-player ARPG model as its predecessor. However, the studio warns that the project is currently in very early development, essentially an empty folder, so we shouldn't expect a release date anytime soon. The No AI mandate and the unified universe. One of the most refreshing updates is GameScience's stance on technology. Art director Yang Qi has confirmed that the studio is avoiding the use of generative AI for design and asset production. In an era where big studios are using AI to cut corners, GameScience is doubling down on handcrafted modeling and real-world 3D scans to maintain the human touch that made Wukong look so unique. This is all part of a massive long-term roadmap. GameScience has already registered trademarks for several other titles, including Black Myth Jiangxia, Black Myth Zhaoqian, and Black Myth Da Huang. They are building a shared mythological universe where Wukong represents the heavens, Zhong Kui represents the underworld, and future titles like Jiangxia will focus on the mortal realm. The Black Myth name is now the official umbrella for the entire series. While we wait for Zhong Kui, the studio has officially renamed all their social media accounts from Black Myth Wukong to just Black Myth. It's going to be a long wait, potentially 3 to 5 years, But if Wukong was the proof of concept, then Zhong Kui is the studio finally letting go of the past and taking a bold step into the unknown. Stay tuned, because the revolution of Chinese AAA gaming is just getting started. What do you think of the shift to Zhong Kui? Are you sad about the Wukong DLC delay? Or are you hyped for a Demon Hunter RPG? Let me know in the comments below.